Newspaper reviews. Hot off the press, local and international news headlines with in-depth analysis from seasoned professionals. Start your day the right way. Weekdays from 6:40 a.m. on 95.1 Nigeria Info.
Many thanks to you for joining in at this time. It's 6:43 a.m. Let's go through some of the big stories across the dailies for today. The Nation, Punch, Nigerian Pilot, This Day, and The Guardian. Okay, let's start off with The Nation now. Yakubu steps aside as Muazu becomes INEC acting chair, while shifts WSSCE to November 30. And then Marafa remains suspended, says Zamfara APC. CBN opposes bid to remove Arabic from Naira note. Panel raised on LCDA creation. Fire destroys 1.2 million Naira worth of goods. That should be in Lagos State. Yesterday there was a fire there in what of properties in Osun rather, not Lagos now. Ekimogu Roundtable hails Supreme Court Justice. Senior citizens to mediate between ASU and federal government. Also of interest this morning, you find funfair, colorful Duba at Bamali's coronation as the 19th Emir of Zazzau. Oyo pays 8 billion naira gratuity to 3,783 retirees. These are some of the stories. And his side to Boko Haram with more MRAPs. Okay, that's the story also running by in The Nation for today. Stories that may also interest you therein. Okay, I think pretty much of that. Yeah, pretty much of that you find in The Nation newspaper for today. Let's go to the Punch now. Lagos FCT Ondo move to stem new COVID-19 wave in Nigeria. All right, that's one story there. War against Boko Haram taking too long. Bauchi governor laments. NYC begins compulsory health insurance, mobilizes 66,000 for orientation. That's the youth service now. Naira may depreciate to 475 against the dollar, says Rwandi. In this regard, that's the Nigerian currency. Telecoms investment rose by 32 billion US dollars in 5 years, says federal government. Also, Bamali's appointment as Emir of Zazzau to redress injustice, says El-Rufai. APC convention holds in 2021, next meeting before Christmas. 3 sentenced to death for armed robbery in Ogun and Ekiti State. Traders, residents count losses as fire guts Lagos shanties. INEC now. Yakubu hands over to Muazu as National Commissioner, resigns. And then Delta community shot OML 30 flow stations. APC's 2023 governor's candidate in Akwa Ibom, says National Secretary. Kanisek meets imams and seeks prayer for Kanu and local government poll. NAFDAC partners MSMEs to grow economy. PH Disco, that's Port Harcourt Disco, tackles energy thieves meter distribution begins. Another protest looms if unemployment persists, says Lawan. Strange disease hits Oyo communities, 11 dead, 5 hospitalized. Well, some of the stories from the Punch for today. Let's go to the Nigerian Pilot very quickly now. 158,000 individuals influenced by flood in Kebbi, says NEMA. That's the National Emergency Management Agency now. 2023, INEC to spend 1 billion naira on voter register. Nepal seeks NAS support to combat poverty and reforms. NSAS, Southwest governors meet to strategize a security improvement. Nigeria's economy grew by 2.27% in 2019, says CBN. While we couldn't investigate Obaseki certificates, INEC writing there about that. I think those are pretty much of the updates I can pick on literally now from the pilots. Okay, Lagos Kano Abia gets higher palliatives than others now, as APC leaders must be open to citizens' criticism and demands. That's according to the PGF DG. Reps turn back evasion minister over failure to submit budget in advance. That's also still running in the pilot for today. One more story from the pilot now. And it would have to be IGP orders withdrawal of police protection from Babache Lawan. Also, okay, from Babache Lawan, Femi Fani-Kayode and others now. Yeah, Femi Fani-Kayode, Yuguda, and 57 others. Let's go to this day newspaper and the stories that are running therein. Oil prices jumped by 10% over Pfizer's report on COVID-19 vaccine. Pencom okays transfer window for pensioners to change PFAs. Buhari directs compulsory health insurance for core members. MRA sues NBC over Arise TV and others. CBN opposes suit to remove Arabic inscriptions from banknotes. Just a moment. Okay now. Fuel crisis looms as oil workers begin strike. INEC chairman steps down pending Senate's confirmation. NSAS protests, demand for justice, good governance, legitimate, says UN. And then you'd also find of interest this morning, still with this day newspaper, all the stories therein, you find budgeted court launch initiative for COVID-19 fund accountability. Acting INEC boss swears in Chukwemeka as wreck. Osun judicial panel on police brutality begins sitting Thursday. Russia, China, Mexico, Brazil hold off on congratulating Biden. And now from this day, let's step into the world of the guidance. Some of the stories therein. Nigeria's query 25-year-old quota policy in varsity admissions. Buhari urges youths to sustain peace. Lawan cautious against fresh protests. How to achieve timely recovery from COVID-19 by Oshibajo. Few scarcity looms as oil workers begin strike over IPPIS. One feared dead as suspected headsman evade Oyo community. Nigeria, US meets global coalition to tackle ISIS. Federal government's prison cemetery project in Ogoni ridiculous. Heartless, says Masob. Oh, says Mossop, not Masob now, Mossop now. Other stories therein that also may be of interest to you from the guidance. For today, you would also find the likes of Super Eagles need 15 players to escape CAF disqualification. Brazil halts trial of Chinese COVID-19 vaccine. Federal government gives panel 6 months to dispose forfeited assets. CBN fortified as Enugu panel task residents on memoranda. Nigeria loses $5.1 million daily as communities shut 8 flow stations in Delta. And around Africa, you find scores of Ethiopian soldiers wounded in. Okay, I did take this on yesterday. All right, well, news story from Africa now. South Africa president warns the virus research will choke economy. Ethiopia warplanes bombard Tigray as Abiy denies chaos. All right, then, these are some of the stories as we will find them across the papers for today. It's time to get your views in with regards to these headlines. And as always, please do remember, you have to be responsible. Being responsible means have a sense of direction in your speech, which would mean no hate speech, no lies, no fake news, no unverifiable information, no abuses on the platform. with this, you should be fine. Please share your thoughts with us within the period of 60 seconds. Be able to do that, you would really make me happy this morning. Okay, write in on Telegram or WhatsApp on 080-999-30137. Okay, that's the number on Telegram and WhatsApp. If you're outside of Nigeria, please do add the country code, which is +234, to share your views. But the numbers are 0946 00951 080-3123-0293 would also do fine. And then I can also take your messages on your calls rather on 08095-974-869. Send your tweets at Nigeria Info ABJ or at Family Live. Any of them will do fine. Let's start off with the phone lines. Good morning to you. Hello. How are you today? Good morning to you. Very well. Let's share you 60 seconds. All right, go on.
The women, the group, join ACTO to government to resolve the problem of the ACTO. I don't even get that clear. But I urge the federal government and ACTO to remember they should have talk with each other. The children, look at them in the house, in the home, they are doing lossing. So look at the education sector, lossing is going on. There is public school. I want federal government should pay attention to public school. Look at what is. See, the small children, some of them, they are sitting on grass, no shed, no facilities. I think government should look into the education sector. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Look into the education sector, he says. All right, well, who's next? Who's with us? Hello, good morning to you. Good to have you on. What's your name? All right, we are listening to you.
That protest loans if unemployment continues. I believe that the best measure to take now is, to reintroduce skill acquisition program via MBD. Because the unemployment rate is too much. Imagine, yes, go to higher institutions, those that are coming out, where will you even employ them? They say if you see a hungry man, don't give him fish. Rather, show him how to fish. Thank you.
Oh, okay, Betty, you. Thank you so much. Show him how to fish, he says. Yes, good morning to you. Welcome.
The freedom will. I'm still waiting for the seat of Alaka in Malabar. Now, GBN oppose the removal of the Arabic this thing. It is quite unfortunate. I don't know what we'll be talking about. You see, anything that seems to make Nigeria truly independent, there are some few people or groups that will be opposing it for a particular interest. I did not see any currency in this world, dollar or pound, that Nigeria institution or any African institution is being put upon. Why are we calling ourselves an independent country and we don't want to be ourselves? We talk of a resource of Nigeria to grow. That particular people will oppose it. Control resources, they will oppose it. It is them that the freedom of social media is against in their interest. They don't want anything.
All right, thank you so much. Well, independent country, but I guess in the narrative you're trying to push, the appropriate phrasing would have been a secular state. Okay. Good morning to you.
Nothing breaking news.
Oh, yes, like the news.
I greet you, Tony.
You're welcome.
My name is Josh Manyem, calling from Cuba this morning. Family, if first continues, the mother of all protests is inevitable. That is 100% true. And they see it coming. And they are doing nothing. Instead, they are seeing their passports, they are frozen their accounts, threatening no protest any longer, whether peaceful or whatever. So the DJ, what's her name? Was in
DJ Switch.
Telling Canada Assembly what happened in Nigeria. And she promised that she will continue to move around the world to tell the world what happened in Nigeria and what is happening. I congratulate that girl. I hail that girl.
Let other youth in this country sit up. Because just like my mother want to say, it is your future they are toying with. And we know the people that are doing this. About Boko Haram, it is
All right. Let's leave it that with you. Thank you so much for your time. Let's step away now and take on the news at 7. After the news at 7, I'll be back to take on more of your calls and engage you a little bit further with regards to the headlines. Stay with us right here on Nigeria Info. I'll be back after now.
Real info, authentic info, Nigeria Info. On behalf of the management of Wazobia Infomax, we are aware that these times are difficult. We urge you, our beloved listener, to please stay safe and keep hope alive. Please be mindful of what you say or do. Be mindful of what you share, especially on social media, and beware of fake news. God bless Nigeria.
95.1 Nigeria Info.
Because nothing is worse than allowing a poor person to enter a place of power, because they use the power to empower themselves. True leaders do not use power to empower themselves. They use power to serve others. And so I appreciate this government's mentality, because they are trying to stamp out corruption. They're trying to destroy the spirit of selfishness. They want to see the service of the people as the priority. Keep in mind, leadership is not measured by how many people serve you. It's measured by how many people you serve.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
How are you
Service
this
is
morning?
the greatest act of leadership.
Ready?
Yes,
Serving
yeah.
people is why we do
It's 7 o'clock.
Yes. Sorry. In our headlines this morning, President Buhari welcomes COVID vaccine and calls for equitable distribution. NCDCDG warns that Nigeria may experience a second wave of COVID-19 pandemic. Professor Yakubu hands over INEC leadership with Senate confirmation for reappointment. And from the foreign scene, Trump camp vows legal fight against Biden's victory just began. Stay tuned for the details and more.